Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Mario Addison able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They will go for it. It's Keenum. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now the former Utah man. This is Devontae Booker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On first, again, they go with Booker. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, 46 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On 1st down, Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now a man whose father won 2 rings as a Bronco is Christian McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Going up top. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
It seemed like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Let's go.
Keenum now on first down. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Thomas Davis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. This will be fielded at the 17. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Very left, very left. Hot, that's clean. Hot.
On first down, Keenum. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Cincy.
Play action. Now it's Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 49 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
20.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Buying time to his left. Airing it out for Olsen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum on the move to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, yo, let's go, let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs.
Hey, you got three. Hey, on yours. Stand down. Go.
From the gun, it's Keenum. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Come on now.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. From the gun, here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Here we go, 52. Hey, all right. 22.
The final shot before the break. Keenum. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Newton now to throw. And he's got room. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go, let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
They go play action here on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Hey, go, let's go, let's go. Hey, go, Roger. Go down, 52. Hey, 52. Hey, all right, go, Roger.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him up the middle. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the fumble recovery, Newton forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On second down, McCaffrey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
It was funny during the draft process. Someone said to me, well, whoever takes Christian McCaffrey, as it turned out it was Carolina, how are they going to use him? Is he going to be an every down back? Is he going to be a 3rd down guy? They're going to use him in the slot? What are they going to do with him? And I just said, yes.
All of that.
No doubt about it. This kid can do it all.
And he did a nice job there out of the backfield to pick up the first. To throw is Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, 3-2-3, so high.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Hey, 52.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw on 3rd down. Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Adam Jones. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders from 19 yards away. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus now for the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 28-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Newton. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Newton. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now a 1st down throw. Keenum looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Keenum on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denoris Searcy. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Shane Ray not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Third and long, it's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Roger. Jam.
Keenum now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. On 1st down, Keenum. And he fends him off. Escaping the pressure right. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Throwing now, Keenum. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing again is Keenum. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Check. Mike 5'9". 53.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Check. 3 down.
Now it's the former Bronco. This is C.J. Anderson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
20. Set.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To the air again, Newton. Oh, he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
We got 4.
One last throw here for Newton. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like without anyone putting points on the board. Out, and they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.